Trio, 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 Leo. You could have been dealing with a Capricorn, a Gemini, or a Pisces. So I don't know, I'm seeing three. I'm hearing a trio, okay? A trio of Leos. So you might have 3 placements of Leo, or you could have like Aquarius Leo placements, and that's 2 8s. Okay, so don't forget, Leo, we're going to do your reading. We're going to look at last 48, next 48, and then turn it into a you versus them. Or M, Emily, Melissa, Maria, Michael, Jackson, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack, Jackie's son, your mother and father, and they all have placements of 8. Aquarian, Leos, all over the place. So I'm all over the place. Something to do with, I'm all over the Pisces. For some of you, if I say place, you say cod, fish, haddock, place, fish and chips, fish, Pisces. So I'm all over the place. So I am all over the fish. So some of you, if you were dealing with a Piscean, you're all over them. So it's all over. So it's finished, it's done, it's butchered, abandonment issues. Sorry, where are we going with this? Something to do with about abandoned, it finished, it's Steve, Stephen, or a king, lion king with a Leo. I don't know. Whichever way around it is Leo, I'm hearing that's it. I'm finished, I'm done. I'm over the fish. If it isn't a fish, it could be a life path 3. But again, it's I'm all over the place. So unless it's prodigy, but I'm all over the fish. So some of you have broke up from a fish, okay, or a life path 3, or a Pisces was involved. I don't know, but that's what I'm hearing, Leo. So anyway, but you could be an Aquarian watching this, because we deal in numerology and we read in 8s basically. So life path 8, Aquarian or Leo, but for the entertainment's purposes, we look at Leo. If you don't know anything about why or how this works, you'll have to follow my teaching tier. Okay. On the top of a card of a Leo of an 8 is also an 8 on top of an Aquarian. And when you call it out, what do you call out? The first thing before the card itself is a number. Okay, so we read in numerology basically, okay, and it helps me code and channel and do loads of other stuff. So, Leo, let's see what has been going on with you guys for the last 48 hours of Leo. The last 48 hours of Leo. So, you got 5 of Pentacles. So, finding it very difficult to cope at the moment. So, there could have been abandonment problems. This is like finished. It's not happening no more. Okay, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm now on my own, feel alone, and I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, so this person here could have placements of life path 5, Sagittarius or Taurus. Okay, and feeling like you abandoned me, you walked out on me, you didn't want anything to do with me, and you basically just left me standing there. Okay. So leaving you standing there would also be anything to do with abandonment problems. Okay, you abandoned the connection and so on and so forth. Okay, let's see. Because 5s do suffer from that energy, because if you're a life path 5 or Sagittarian or Taurus, for instance, and you do suffer from that or suffer from the abuse of that, it comes from this energy. It comes from that numerology placement of 5. Okay. So wherever that is within your chart that is not compatible with the other person, then there you go. It's a recipe. So let's see. A reciprocity is what I'm hearing. Reciprocity. Anyway, so Leo, what's Leo got coming up, please? What has been going on with Leo over the last 48? So 2, 5, 6 and 7, you could be dealing with Meg Ryan also, a piece on the side. Or you have been dealing with a fish. This is the fish. So you could be also dealing with a Sagittarius, a Cancerian or a life path 7, okay? Because we're making 7 here. So 7-11 is also what I'm hearing. So it might be something to do around a Libra for a lot of you. 7 and 11. So 7, 8, 9. So a Virgo could have a placement of life path 9, or a Virgo could also be involved here. Last 48 for Leo is a 2 here. Now some of you really could be dealing with a Meg Ryan. That might be someone that has someone else on the side. If it isn't, it's just like, whose side are you on anyway? There's too much confusion of in and out over the last 48 hours. And it was a yes, then it was a no, then it was a goodbye from me and a goodbye from you. You didn't make up your mind. I didn't make up my mind. We both stayed the way we was. Neither of us changed for one another. And we ended up distancing ourselves from one another because neither of us changed. And we realised that if we'd have been watching Steve's channel, that he says people do not change. Bend over, take a look at your bullet hole. Has it ever changed? No. unless you bleach your bumhole. But again, that's when you say, you're an asshole, you don't never change for me, and I don't never change for you. Okay, so you're not compatible. Okay, if you force someone to change and they don't, that's controlling behaviour. Okay, so that means that it's not love, it's lust. It means it's not really meant to be, because the trust's broken. Okay, so you've probably here just ended up at a 2 and 8 is what we say in the UK. What's the Five of Pentacles been about? Five of Pentacles is money. Someone probably focused more on their money than what they were to do with love and building up their stability in life. Okay, you got 5 and 1, which is a 6. It could be a Gemini or a Capricorn. And they could have been more concerned about stern, putchy, but they could have been more concerned about their money. But generally, a very stable outcome, because it's making a life here. So someone wasn't happy with someone the amount of time that they work and that they don't add towards the relationship. Adam and Eve, it could be Steve. Anybody beginning with S, Sarah, Sassy. Let's see, 2 of Pentacles is the Sun in reverse. So some of you have got absolutely equivalently batshit crazy family members. For some of you hear that there's not really much bright side to this. So it's kind of like everything all of a sudden just came at me left field. Everybody, or Field or Sheffield, but someone that's Fields, the name Fields or Fitzgerald, Fitzpatrick. Also I'm hearing Julie, Jaylee. Anybody beginning with J? Julie, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jasmine, Jack, Jackie's son, family members. But I'm also hearing someone that looks after a child, and they're an independent woman, and they're alone on this, and they have a child that's could be mentally handicapped here, is what I'm hearing for a lot of you. What's the Empress for? The Empress is the Fool. A new beginning for the Pisces. They're distancing themselves. Okay, they're trying to look on the bright side of things. What's the Two of Swords? Or have been. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you didn't want to be single. It could have been involving a Virgo, and they didn't want to be single, but this ended up being a very unhealthy. This is healthy. This is a very unhealthy connection and an unhealthy relationship. It can also be feeding off one another's energy, like a feeding ground. Okay, and it can resort to a hell of a lot of problems when you have what I call as a karmic virus. When you have something around you that drains you, okay, this is like draining the life force out of me here. Okay, so it's made me very tired and very unwell. Okay, so it might be mental health, what people have been shouting and screaming, saying it's because you're mentally ill. It could be, if someone does have a mental illness, do not say that to a person if they have a mental illness. Do not throw that in their face. That's really not a good way of doing it. Okay, but again, I'm hearing that this was an unhealthy connection. Okay, and now freshly single now, that there's choices to be made of, well, how it was in the last 48 hours, Leo, is you contemplating as well as the other one, are we going to be single? Am I going to be single now? Or are you going to be single? And it was a codependent energy. It's relying on not being single and not wanting to have to face being single and start over again and have to go out there and play the field, pretty much. Okay, so I really don't want to have to do that, and I would rather try and work this out, but neither of you actually came to the conclusion that you could. So basically the relationship and the connection failed and ended because it was an unhealthy connection, and it was probably all built around sabotage and fear of rejection, abandonment, being alone. I don't like being alone. I don't like it when you're at work all the time and that you work and that you're not offering me anything other than just that. Okay, and I need to know where you are, and it can get very pressured. When someone has fear of rejection and being alone, they haven't found self-love, and when that's pushed onto someone else to say that you don't love me enough to be around me all the time, you break the connection, so it turns into an unhealthy connection. Okay, two soulmates that meet each other are supposed to have done shitloads of work on themselves separately. When you come together, you're supposed to form harmony. Okay, if you form destruction and chaos and an unhealthy relationship, that's a karmic connection. Okay, karmic connections are not supposed to last forever. Okay, you're supposed to know what a lesson is and get it and then leave here. Okay, let's see, to find compatibility. Let's see, so next 48 hours for Leo or Aquarian. So you got Cancerian life path 7, and you got the King of Cups here. in the next 48 hours. So I don't know if this is someone new or the same, but this person is definitely moving on with their life. This is the runner, okay? I do things my own way now, and now I know that I am stable, that I am not connected to this. I know my own self-worth, and I know my own capabilities of loving, okay? And if loving you is easy because you're beautiful, someone might have fell in love with someone that's beautiful, or they're just now doing their own thing. Now, Stephen, myself, hi. Anyway, let's see. Next 48 for Leo. 5 of Wands. So someone still fears the Reaper, and then is also avoiding family members, and is avoiding the person because of conflict, because of a lot of drama. Okay, it starts with 5, it ends with 5. It's still ended. This situation is now come down to avoiding one another. Okay, so again, you know, if people watch tarot card readings, it's up to you what you watch. But if I say don't, I wouldn't. But again, this is avoiding the inevitable. Okay, because it isn't working out. Okay, so it's the spark that's faded. Like, because it can be an incubus, it can be someone that drains the life out of you here, makes you feel exhausted and tired and unwell, and then you realise that you're not looking your greatest, or you're not looking your best, and so on and so forth, and you start to form habits, okay, bad habits. So this is avoiding a connection, okay. So what's the Chariot here for? The Chariot here for Leo on the next 48. So it could be a new person here for some of you, for a Cancerian or Life Path 7, or someone tries to get back into the past again. I would always say leave past energies behind, but both of you need to, like, it, you know, it can come from one person, but you both need to agree upon that. And if one says no, you have to accept, like if someone says no, you have to accept that as a no. Okay, because if you don't accept that as a no, that's disrespecting a person if they say no. I've got boundaries, okay, and the answer is no, okay, so you have to respect that. So this can either be the same person that's here, that's coming back, or it can be a new person here, okay. Let's see, but it's kind of coming from Cancerian and Life Path 7 energies. What is the King of Cups for? The King of Cups is justice now, okay, judgment, sorry. So someone's remaining open. This king is now remaining open. Now, I don't know if that's an open-ended discussion that they're having with someone new, or you are, or if it's with the same energy. But I think someone's single here. Someone's single, okay, and someone's looking for someone new, okay, and it's either back to the past, or I've moved on to the future energy and I'm looking to hook up with someone new. But as you do, the ex might get wind of someone moving on with their life here, and it causes chaos. What's the 5 of Wands? 5 of Wands is a 9 of Wands. Oh dear. So there is chaos here. There's PTSD and trauma and fear of moving on someone. It's got like a Virgo, Life Path 5, Taurus or Sagittarian placements here. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, which is a 5 again. So there's fear of moving on, and also someone that could be very aggressive as well, that is around you as well. And because of their energy being very strict and forceful, it's a person where your spidey sense goes off and say, oh no, I've got to avoid them. But that can mean family. Can mean family members, right? Let's see, the Tower in reverse for the next 48. So death, the end. This is the end, beautiful friend. Okay, so it's also a spiritual awakening, an epiphany, a start over, a fresh start, a no-go back to the past, because you're dealing with control and narcissism and gaslighting. That comes up every time when you're dealing with a karmic energy. Every time you deal with a karmic energy from the past or present that you're in, okay, this is where everybody starts throwing around, they're a narcissist, they're gaslighting, they've got PTSD, they caused it, they abandoned me. If I've got abandonment issues and also problems of abandonment and also trust issues, this mixture of a person from the past is not good, because this is the person that caused it from the 5 energy here. They fear of being rejected and abandoned, and then worry about being alone, that I need to try and force my way in or think of what I can do to possibly reconcile. And was it me, or was it you? Was it them? Was it anybody else? Whose fault was it? Do I seriously have problems? Because this would be, like I said, seeking out professional help of a counsellor or a professional here to do with hospitals and stuff, if someone truly does have fear of abandonment and rejection. But I will say, to know that you have abandonment issues and problems of rejection is that you actually come to a person with loads of complaints, and you complain at the partner because they're not doing this right, they're working too much, they're speaking too much, they're not speaking enough. Where are they when they're not with you? Okay, not trusting the partner, not being able to leave them alone, coming at them with loads of problems. I have a problem with you doing this. I have a problem with you not speaking. I have a problem with you speaking. I'm getting really aggressive and really angry that a person starts to buckle under pressure and give in to the person because they feel intimidated by the person's mood. Okay, so people that have abandonment problems, if they're very generally very placid and very loving and very caring, or Karen, they do not have, or Corrie, they do not have abandonment issues if they're very easygoing and loving. A person that's very violent in their approach, and they complain and they moan, okay, and they scream and shout and get very violent, or people start avoiding their energy, they're not good. They're not good for you. Okay, that's obvious. That's your spidey sense saying, okay, this is not a good scenario. Okay, so past is a no-no. It's about avoiding. Okay, over the next few days, it's about avoiding the past. Okay, not to reconcile. Okay, because this is also pressure, putting someone under pressure and giving them more pressure. What Steve said, what Steve said for quite a while, definitely over the last month, but over the last few years, never ever pressurize a person with Scorpio in their chart. Because if it's sacred and it's personal and they've let you into their heart of things that are personal and private, and you disgusted this energy by disrespecting them, and they found that disrespectful that you threw it back in their face, but they opened up to you, okay, and then you go and do something, or they did, where they trusted you with something that was very personal to them. This means sacred ground and personal information and private, okay. If that was a discussion and this happened and made the person regret opening up, I don't think this person will ever again here. Okay? Because there's this, I did and I tried and you made me regret it. Okay? Because you blamed me. You blamed me that I wasn't good enough in certain aspects. You blamed me. This can also be impotency, or like a problem around sex, or anything like that, or a connection. But again, it was private, okay? It was private. And if you exploited that and made me feel shit, no, because I did trust you before, but I don't now, okay? So that, unfortunately, I'm sorry if that hurts or that's the truth, but that is what the cards are. I can't change them. Okay, Leo, so that's your reading for the last 48, the next 48, and some kind of you versus them. That just gives you a flavour of how I read. If you would like to help support me on this channel and everything else, then I hope you consider looking for your weekly reading, which is below. Okay, so over on the website, it's a new website. Whenever you join, you get a month. If you join as a subscription, you can buy individual readings on their own that are very cheap. Okay, that will be your whole weekly reading for this week, starting from today. Okay, then we do subscription based, which is bronze, silver, and gold. Bronze is just the monthly readings. Silver is the monthly readings and all of the weekly readings that we continue to do over on the throughout the month, okay, and you'll get them over there. They will only be there, your weekly readings. And then the gold tier, which is monthlies, weeklies, and all of the teaching stuff, where I teach you to channel, to notice certain patterns of behaviour, to get in and out of relationships, learning to trust, how to read cards, how to be successful, how to do loads of different things, okay, but it's all spiritual based. Okay, and we go over numerology, astrology, placements, work placements, love placements, when, divine timing, and so on and so forth. Okay, so if you would love to join that, make sure that you take a look at the website that is provided below. below. It's one of the first links that you come to. And make sure that you also subscribe and hit the bell, because I go live most nights where we do 7 tarot bingo. So basically pick a number between 1 and 50, and if you win I give you a prize, and I allow you onto the website that gives you a free video, or it gives you a free weekly subscription, or it gives you a free monthly subscription, or it gives you whatever. Okay, but we do bingo, so it's a bit of fun. Okay, alright guys, you can find links to everything that I own and run below. Thanks very much, and I will see you soon, Leo.